Unacademy. Let's crack it.
So to talk about my career, I think I need to go back to where it all started. So I completed my engineering in computer science back in 2009. Now, this was the time when the industry was badly hit by financial crisis, and as a result, we saw fewer companies coming to campus, and the ones who came, like, they took fewer students than they would have previously taken. Luckily, I had two offers, one from Pfizer and the other from Infosys. I decided to join Infosys. It was a larger organization, and given the situation, I didn't want to take any risk. I was looking for a more safer bet. So I worked there for 2.7 years and was a part of their Finacle team, which is their flagship banking product. My tenure at Infosys made me well equipped with various aspects of the industry, ranging from client engagement to requirement gathering to gap analysis to customization to business development to problem solving, and of course software development. But it also included global exposure, as I also got an opportunity to work from a client location, which was an on-site location in Dubai. So I worked there for a year. Now, after working in Dubai for nearly a year, I decided to come back to India and do my post-graduation. Now, the reason was that I wanted to accelerate my career growth and felt this was the right time to get back into the education. So I came back, I think it was December somewhere, and I wrote entrance exams and joined a 1-year MBA program in Great Lakes. So this was in Chennai, and my simple intent there was of joining a 1-year program was that I would start earning again in a year. Now, Great Lakes is where I was introduced to the world of statistics, analytics and market research, which was quite fascinating for me at that point of time. So I decided to pursue that as a career option and cracked interviews with Mu Sigma when they came for hiring on our campus. They were the leaders when it comes to providing data analytical services in India at that point of time. I mean, they were the market leaders, and working in Mu Sigma was a great learning experience. I got a lot of exposure to things like machine learning, data sciences, and was given responsibilities far above my age or experiences. So I was leading like a 7 or 8 member team. As a result, I mean, of all these experiences, I learned and matured very quickly. I got to work on interesting projects like reducing split shipments, creating attribution models, and customer segmentation. So to give you a brief idea about, let's say, split shipments. So whenever you order online, if you order multiple items, those items tend to arrive, let's say, in different packets, so they're not clubbed together. So the idea was, how do you reduce that split shipment or splitting of that order, because that is always an additional cost for that company. So for example, if you're ordering from Flipkart and they're sending you these items in multiple orders, that is always an additional cost for them because it involves packaging cost, transportation cost. So the idea was, how do you bring that down using the data that we have. So it was more around logistics analytics. Then I did another project there, which was working with one of the largest retailer, trying to identify what is the value that each marketing channel is bringing to them. So this was the nascent phase of, let's say, your multi-touch attribution models. And then we also did another projects around customer segmentation. So it was great learning experience. Like I said, I got a chance to work on multiple problems, had to learn first and then execute the next day. So it was like you're reading one day and then you're trying to execute the things the next day. But like every positive side, we'll also have some negative. Now, with this fast-paced work came a little stress and less work-life balance, and I was also growing in my personal journey. So because I was getting married, so I decided to move on and landed a role with Tesco, which is UK's largest retailer. So I was hired as a lead analyst for the email marketing data team, which was essentially responsible for deciding the targeting of every email campaign that goes out to its customers. So my team, so I was leading like a 6 or 7 analyst team. We used to look at all the email subscribers or all the customers who were making purchase across Tesco stores as well as online. And then we were responsible for deciding, okay, if this is the campaign that has to go out, if a grocery campaign has to go out, then who are the ideal set of customers for these kind of campaigns. So this was my first exposure to, let's say, marketing analytics, or this was my first exposure to digital marketing. And the only common thing between my roles in Mu Sigma and Tesco was the data element, as now by this time I could write and execute R and SQL codes in my sleep. So all the work done on customer segments in Mu Sigma came in very handy here. Now slowly, with the help of my team, which was a great team, I mean, I still am in touch with them. They were a perfect team to work with, and my manager. I also learned about marketing, especially the digital side of things, like how campaigns are planned, how the entire operation works, how the creatives are decided. And by the end of my tenure there, which is by the end of 3 years, I was fully leading their digital marketing efforts, covering analytics, creatives, and operations. So someone who just started out as a data analyst, by the end of it, I just knew everything around that world. On the sidelines, I also picked up some additional projects which were related to their store analytics, because I never wanted to miss out on that strength of mine. So I kept doing certain side projects as well there. Now, while I was working with Tesco, I think this was in December 2016, suddenly one day I got a call from Google. Trust me, I had not applied for any role there, but they somehow found me on LinkedIn and reached out asking if I would be interested in interviewing with them for the role of a search specialist. Now I was surprised, given I had never worked on Google Ads before, but said yes and started preparing from the same day. So the recruiter was quite helpful. I mean, she guided in the sense of what are the attributes on which Google is testing. So there were like 4 rounds of interviews were scheduled over a period of 2 to 3 weeks, and every round was testing certain kind of an attribute. Now the questions were scenario based, there were behavioral questions as well, and then there were some role based questions. Now finally, after a month or two, I got the offer. Now again, if I have to go back and figure out what was the common link between my role at Tesco and my Google, it was my exposure to data and some aspects of digital marketing, even though it was email marketing. So I was still able to draw out learnings from my experience into the questions that were being asked in the interview, as only the marketing channel was different, but the basic concepts and the attitude to solve any kind of problem was still very same. I joined Google in May 2017 and was asked to manage telco clients based in the UK. Now this was a different role because I had been a team lead for a manager for almost 4 years, but in Google I picked up an individual contributor role. So as a search specialist managing large telco clients in UK, I had to deep dive into their business objectives and work with them to create their holistic search strategy. So I used to analyze their campaign performance against the key metrics that they had and suggest optimizations so as to increase their efficiency, drive higher renewal rates, and also meet their client objectives. It could be sales, it could be cost per acquisition. Now, of course, the initial period in Google was a bit of a challenge given everything was so new for me. I was moving into a new city, a new company, new role, completely new domain, but thankfully I had great mentors and colleagues who supported me at every step. So I worked as a search specialist for close to 2.5 years, managed telco clients, then also got an exposure to tech clients, and then also a few gambling clients. But after 2.5 years, I decided to move roles internally because I think you get to learn more, and after a point you do reach kind of a saturation in one particular role. So I took over this current role of my of delivery manager, wherein I get to lead this brilliant team who provide cross-product optimization support to all the clients in the UK at scale. So when I say cross-product, I mean everything. So it is search, video, apps, and display side of things. So this gave me a broader idea about how different industries within a single countries are operating. So you get to learn few things from retail, and you get to learn few things from let's say the financial markets, but at the same time you also get exposure to different products, like how YouTube operates, how your Google search operates, how shopping operates, how display operates. So all in all, I'm really enjoying my journey and really enjoying my time here. I plan to continue with my current role for some time, and then probably after a few years I'll see if I need to make any change or what more I can do with this role. So overall, I would say that a lot of times people ask me that you change role very often or you've changed domains very often, but my thing is that yes, I have changed roles every few years, and the reason is that I am genuinely curious by nature and I like to learn new things. So if you want to make a career change, I would simply suggest that you keep building your knowledge base, think broadly, analyze your current skills and consider how they might be transferable to your new job. Correct? So always leverage your strengths and be authentic. So my simple funda is that whenever I'm trying to apply for a new role, I always look out for certain skills that are transferable, something that I can bring into that team, plus at the same time it gives me an opportunity to learn new things. So that's how I have developed my entire career. So even if you look at like how I started, so I started out as a software developer, purely technical, good with coding, then moved into analytics, wherein I thought I could leverage my coding experience but at the same time learn statistics and learn the analytical side of things. That's how I got into it, learned all of that there, went into an analytics side on the marketing side, so learned a lot about marketing analytics and how the overall marketing function works in an organization, especially digital marketing. And from there found a role into a pure digital marketing role, like a search specialist in Google, and now leading a larger team as a delivery manager, working across products and working across the entire region.